I have something to say about Harry Potter. Confession, I have a Deathly Hallows tattoo on my arm. It's a little hard for me to get in front of the camera, but it is right there. I'm not pleased with it. I don't like it. It's not. This was a Friday the 13th special, so it was a whole $40, and I got it in 2018, which is a little late. JK Rowling was starting to do and had been doing some pretty fucked up shit by then. I have a cat trying to get in my lap. He's just a baby. But on me. In 2018, I hadn't been paying much attention to the rhetoric from J.K. Rowling. It should have been somewhat obvious. Her books are problematic on their own. I know I should have known better. I did not. When the world started going crazy for Harry Potter, I was like, and I didn't really think much of it at first. It actually took an ice storm where we lost power for 5 days and I ran out of reading material and I had to borrow from my stepbrother for me to actually pick up the Harry Potter books. The first three books had been released. The fourth book was about to be released. The first three Harry Potter books, I zoomed through them. All the other books that I read and obsessed over were things like Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles or Laurel K. Hamilton's Anita Blake series and stuff like that. And I did read a lot of fantasy, but none of it was nearly so popular as Harry Potter. The first Harry Potter book actually came out in the same month as my 10th birthday. And the last Harry Potter came out when I was about 18 and a half. So I basically came of age with the characters in the story. I got really involved because it was really cool to have this kind of more active community of people that actually all read the same material and could discuss the same sort of stuff. I didn't see anything like that again until like Game of Thrones. Everyone's talking about them and I'm like, oh my God, I get to talk about them. One of those nerdy things where you're just kind of like, oh, cool, I get to talk about a book. All this to say is that I was right fucking there, smack in the middle of the cultural phenomenon. I was part of the cultural phenomenon. But we all know better now. We should know better now. And I still have this fucking tattoo. I don't want any connection to this woman and her work on my body anymore. So J.K. Rowling has come out and said expressly on multiple occasions that she believes that anyone who supports her work, consuming the Harry Potter content, purchasing merchandise, playing the video games, all of that participation in her mind, all of that is to say you're voting with your dollar, she believes, so that she can do the good work on your behalf. She truly believes that, that people that are supporting Harry Potter and stuff believe the same thing she does. All of that is to say, I very fully understand how engrossing that world was. And I was part of it. I grew up in it. It was enmeshed in that formative year chunk. But once you know better, you do better. You stop consuming their content. I have stopped consuming anything from Neil Gaiman. I have stopped consuming anything from J.K. Rowling. It was fine at the time because I didn't know. But now I know better, so I'm going to do better. As far as I'm concerned at this point, she has let her stance be known to an extent at which I'm like, let's relegate her to the dustbin of history. Let her works get donated to the point that they become pulp paper that gets recycled and reused for something else. If her books survive, they survive. If they don't, they don't. History will tell. I don't think we should help it along necessarily. And I just wanted to tell anyone that's feeling nostalgic. J.K. Rowling is going to take every cent that she makes from that franchise and she's going to invest it right back into the policies and the politicians that are making it very difficult for trans people to live their lives with any kind of dignity and grace. Effectively, I think she wants to see them completely outlawed or in some way treated as subhuman. And I also want to mention that there are a lot of issues that I see with the Harry Potter franchise now in retrospect. Its plot, its characters, its form are unambitious at the least of it, and cruel with no real meaning behind it. It's problematic, it's dated. It was a moment in time, but it should be remanded there, to that moment, and there it should stay. J.K. Rowling should find her income shrivel to nothing, so she can do no more great harm than what she has already caused.